Hello to you. Welcome. Bienvenidos a Adelante Chicago. I'm Lourdes Duarte. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's begin with the state's rental assistance program. Just as the pandemic seems to be winding down, the state is also bringing back a popular program that kept many families afloat during the last 2 years. It could lead to $25,000 in help for many families. And joining us now to explain, Rodrigo Carrillo with the Illinois Housing Development Authority. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Lourdes. Appreciate for being here.
This is such a great topic because I know so many families have been in huge distress. They need these dollars. What kind of calls are you getting? What kinds of questions do they have about it?
Yeah, we're still seeing many families in distress, right? So right now, the important point of Illinois Rental Payment Program is to keep people housed, especially during this time.
Okay. What have you noticed within our Latino communities? Obviously, they were hard hit with the pandemic, not just job loss, but many of them dealt with the virus itself, right? They had family members, they had a loved one who maybe passed away or was sick for an extended period of time because of COVID-19. So they dealt with it firsthand.
Yeah, we know that nationally and locally, Latinos were impacted disproportionately with COVID-19. So the great thing about Illinois Rental Payment Program is that we're really focused on underserved communities, particularly Latinos, to make sure that they access these funds, because this is not a program that requires documentation status. So regardless of your immigration status, you're able to obtain these funds.
Okay. And I said that it was up to $25,000. Is that accurate? How does that work?
That is accurate. So it's up to $25,000, and the Treasury federal government has extended it to 18 months of rent versus 15 months in the first round.
Okay, 18 months of rent. So starting now, if you apply now, even after the pandemic, you may be eligible for a year and a half of help?
So we are paying up to 15 months of arrearage and 3 months perspective, 3 months forward. Okay. And what we did in the first round back in May was 12 months arrearage and 3 months forward.
Okay. What are you noticing in the Latino community right now? I know we're coming off of the pandemic. The numbers have started to drop. More people are getting vaccinated. But when it comes to, the help that they need to stay afloat, are they making it? What are you noticing from them?
Well, I think I'd like to talk about that in the Illinois Rental Payment Program, our first round. To date, we have helped 62,000 people across the state stay in their homes by providing over $550 million. We have gone out the door, $550 million. What we want to improve is Latinos accessing this money. We saw an improvement from 2020 to 2021, and we want to focus and get it even higher in the numbers to really impact Latino communities.
So it's just baby steps. They need to learn more and more where to find those resources.
Well, also to be comfortable, to know that we are here to help, and to know that this is not a program that's going to be reporting their data, right? So this is really secure. This is for them to access if they need it.
Okay, let's walk through some of the logistics as to how this works, how people apply, what the process is like, meaning how long it takes. So give me the basics.
The great thing about the program is that we are making it as flexible as possible. We don't want to make it cumbersome for folks. Getting papers in order is stressful. Uploading is stressful. So we want to make sure that we have the documentation is as easy as possible. So if we're requiring proof of income and you don't have it, we're letting you attest to whether you make money or not. The Treasury guidelines have made it flexible for people, so less documentation, the better, so we can get the money in the hands of the people that need it.
Okay, what other types of documents do you think they would need? So obviously, how much they're making on a given year, are they employed, how many people in the household?
Those are the information that they need. They also need a government issue ID from any government, regardless of expiration date. We just need a picture ID. And then also proof of address, cell phone, utility bill, anything that shows that they're proof of address, and proof of past due rent.
Okay. And in addition to this, we've been talking about helping people who are renting, but there's a whole issue with people who are homeowners who have not been able to make their mortgage payments. You've got a program also in place that's going to be introduced here soon that's going to help them.
Yeah, so the Pritzker administration, along with Director Kristen Faust, we're hard at work designing the new mortgage assistance program that we're hoping will roll out early 2022 as soon as we get a approval from Treasury.
And it will work very much the same way as the rental program.
We're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to apply.
Okay. Give us the information as to where they can go apply. What's the website?
So you can go to ida.org, which is ihda.org, for more information. information, our Illinois Rental Payment Program will open and launch December 6th at 9 a.m.
Okay, at 9 a.m. You want to be one of the first ones on there. And I imagine with lots of these programs, there seems to be a deadline. You got to do this by a certain date. So what's the deadline on this one?
So we're giving folks up to a month. So January 9th, the program will close to apply. So good full 30 days. We're taking the holidays into consideration. So please don't try to do it in the day one. You have some time to get your documentation in order and apply.
You got a couple of months to get it all
Yes.
done. Okay, thank you so much, Rodrigo Carrillo, for joining us today. Very wonderful, much needed information for our community. I appreciate
Muchísimas
it.
gracias.
Igualmente,
Thank you.
igualmente.